Teri! Can I get you a cake?
No. I want to talk about Jane. I'm worried about her.
Ah, me too. She thinks there's a rational explanation for Owen's disappearance.
Is there a rational explanation that his latest credit card statement places him at a motel in Minneapolis the day after he took off?
What? How did you find this?
I went to Owen's apartment to search for clues.
You broke in?
Owen gave Jane a key, and I borrowed the key when Jane was in court. Ipso facto, I have permission to enter.
Oh my God. Wait, why are you telling me you're not Jane?
Because Jane won't talk to me about Owen.
Me either.
What should we do?
We respect her wishes. Stay silent and smile.
Fine. But if a guy did that to me, I would want my friends to hit him over the head with a shovel and feed his lifeless body to a school of piranha. Have a nice day.
Well, what I don't understand is, he asked you to marry him, then he left town. Did you and Owen have a fight?
No. I don't know why he left, and I don't know where he is. What I would really like to do is focus on the case that you begged me to take.
Here is the map you asked for.
Oh, great. Okay, so let's just walk through the timeline. All right, at 3 p.m., Chloe left her high school, and she drove her little sister to the Art Institute in Thousand Oaks. Then she returned home where she remained the rest of the night. Now, her mother left the house at approximately 5 p.m. to go to the Sherwood Farmers Market, leaving Chloe alone until she returned at around 7.
And you want to find someone who can confirm that Chloe was really home between 5 and 7, don't you?
Exactly. So I need you to talk to neighbors, UPS, the cable guy, anybody who can place Chloe in the house when the murder was committed.
Hello, ladies.
I sincerely hope you're not calling me a lady.
What do you want, Kim?
Ooh. Chloe killed Brittany with a pool filter cover?
I am representing Chloe, so please do not put the murder weapon in her hand. Yeah, this is the murder weapon.
Okay, well, per Parker, I'm now on the case with you. So, hope that's not a problem.
I actually could use the help.
Also, accounting spoke with Chloe's mom about payment. They got nothing in the bank.
No. I know this family. I'm doing it pro bono.
Parker said no pro bono.
Okay, fine. I will figure out a deferred payment plan.
That's a start. In the meantime, Teri, I want you to track down the deadbeat dad, see if we can squeeze anything out of that stone.
After he split, Peg told me your ex moved to New Mexico. He sent her 2 child support checks and then nothing.
Good. Means he owes her a lot of money, and the firm can put a lien on his unpaid child support payments.
Hold on. First of all, if we find this guy, the money should go to the girls.
It is going to the girls, Jane. It's going to Chloe's legal defense. Now, find him.
I have to admit, I was surprised by the invitation.
Really?
Well, I was more surprised that you picked this place. I had you pegged for more of a wings and beer guy.
Well, yeah, I admit I'd take a happy hour at a sports bar any day, but I figured with you.
Parker put you up to this, didn't he? And he picked this place.
No. No, of course not. Yes. Sorry.
What are you supposed to do? Seduce me and get me to invest in the firm? Well, I'll tell you what, Grayson, your sexy smile is not going to influence my business decisions. Parker should have known that. I'm sorry he wasted your time. You can tell your boss we had a lovely evening. I will swear by it. Honestly, I'm not mad.
Wait, you're not leaving, are you?
I don't need an escort to eat my dinner.
There's a wing joint down the block. Best hot sauce in LA.
All right, you're on.
Your Honor, we're not even in the right venue. Employer injury is the matter for the Workers' Comp Board.
Yesterday, East Bay was in court insisting that Allison Thomas is not an employee, but an independent contractor. They can't have it both ways. Collateral estoppel.
Even if that is the case, Your Honor, Prop 65 warnings at the facility alert workers to the presence of potentially toxic chemicals. Ms. Thomas assumed the risk.
Maybe so, but
what?
But the mere presence of a sign does not insulate from liability. Cone v. Badger Incorporated. Plus, the baby is our plaintiff. Any waiver by Allison cannot be imputed to her son.
In Martin v. Cincinnati Gas, the employee was found not liable when an employee took home asbestos on his clothing, thus sickening his child. I believe the same principle exists here.
Ms. Bingham.
Hold on. Yes, in Olivio v. Owens, Illinois, the court did find liability because the harm to a relative was deemed foreseeable.
Good point. Motion for summary judgment denied.
We're going to need several weeks to prepare for court, Your Honor.
Your Honor, not to rush the court, but Mr. Kent and I were just up here visiting, and...
Well, it's gratifying to see practicing lawyers volunteering their time.
Well, thank you, and happy to do it.
And I'm happy to accelerate these proceedings. We'll start this afternoon.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I completely froze.
Oh, it happens to all of us.
Hey, we survived summary judgment. That's all that matters.
We have a lot of work. Hey, Grayson, can you line up an expert witness?
I'm on it.
Veronica, we're gonna need a workspace.
How's a cubicle at the law clinic?
Great. I think I'm gonna contact East Bay's Child Care Services, see if any other employee's child suffered from methanol poisoning.
You want to know if East Bay was put on notice?
Exactly. Let's get to work.
Hey, you wanted to see me?
Yeah, we have a problem.
I spoke with Warren. He will not reconsider. He wants to go to trial.
Okay, we'll go to trial. I mean, wheelchair or not, the guy's high if he thinks the jury's gonna award him anything close to what he's asking.
No, Kim, my client wanted to settle. You went against his wishes and my orders.
Excuse me?
Look, trial's not an option. Marty's ex-wife is threatening to reopen their divorce.
And if he has to turn over his finances as part of discovery, it becomes public record and his ex-wife has access.
Which would obviously be a disaster for Marty.
Well, it would have been nice to know this before our settlement conference.
I don't have to explain myself to you.
Okay. I will try to get the case dismissed pre-discovery. That way, no financials exchange hands.
Good.
Teri, I need you to...
Find grounds to get your case dismissed before it goes to trial.
How do you know that?
Thank you, intercom system. But that's not important right now. Oh, that Gina, she is lovely, isn't she?
Look, I need you to go over every detail of this case. Was the walk light on the Fritz, was there a tree obscuring the driver's view? Anything you can get to discredit Warren's story.
I'm all over it.
Thanks.
Veronica.
Hey, Jane, you gotta see what I found.
It was president.
Yeah, first female president. That's pretty cool.
Wow, you haven't changed at all.
Well, to be honest, I feel like a completely different person with much better hair. I think, I just found the right products.
How'd it go at East Bay?
I talked to their child care supervisor. A few years ago, they had an employee named Claudia Dawson. Her child died from shaken baby syndrome. Now, might not be related to methanol, but nonetheless, I'm having Teri track her down. So, any luck finding an expert witness?
Everyone I called has already been retained by East Bay.
Classic strategy for a deep pocket defendant.
But I'm working on a list of second-tier candidates, so...
Good, good. So, our strategy is, we hope for a last-minute settlement, but we are prepared to go all the way to verdict.
Okay.